What's happening, guys? So I apologise yet again. I think basically I'm just gonna say sorry every week for not getting videos out on time. I did actually record a video and it was over 20 minutes long, which might sound a bit grueling, so I apologise in advance, but I decided to re-record it. One, because I tried to upload it about 8 or 9 times and it just kept on saying error. I have no idea why. Somebody told me that it's because of possible non-verification, something to do with YouTube. I'm not YouTube savvy in that respect, so I don't really know. But what I decided to do today was just re-record, because I've actually got some more pickups, and because I'm moving everything around and everything else, my place is still a tip. I decided to just get them all out in one go, and then while I'm sorting out my collection is to then do like either one of those question and answer videos what I did before, or to do a video of like a collection of something. There will be a game room tour like in the future, but that's only really when I'm like fully ready. Not like when it's perfect, but just when I'm kind of comfortable that it's at a place where I feel like, yeah, you know, it looks good now. I want to do, not shout outs, but like to say thank you to everybody, because every time I do a video of any kind, people are really supportive. And you know, from the very first video that I did, you know, Russ the Retro Bear, he shouted me out and gave me a bit of a leg up, and he gave me a couple of hints and tips. Obviously you're probably bored now of me shouting out Get to Know Martin. He's a really good guy. We talk quite regular, not just about YouTube, but about other stuff as well. And there's a couple of other people that have, you know, been messaging me and commenting and things like that. Like Gordie /gamer yeah, sorry, I didn't check it before this. As you can tell, I haven't got my script. I don't ever have a script. But yeah, there's loads of guys that I like watching, and I try and watch everybody that I'm subscribed to. I don't just like to just subscribe for the sake of it. I like to actually view and watch people's videos, you know, to support everybody just like they've supported me. So if I don't reply or anything like that, it's not to be rude. It's not because I don't care about your comment or your video or anything like that. It's just simply because of the time aspect, which I'm sure that everybody obviously has as well. But for me, especially at the moment. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. And I enjoy everybody's content in different ways. How everybody is, people's sense of humour, what they talk about, game rooms, things like that. Mine's in arm's reach now. Oh, yeah, that's is that the saying? I don't know. Anyway. So basically now, so obviously onto the pickups. I won't talk for too long because I want to make sure that the video is not as short as possible, but as compact as possible. So the first thing I've got is in this box here. This is something that I got for free. I actually went to go and pick up this, and I got 2 of them. Now, it just needs a bit of a clean, it's just a bit dusty. The people are quote unquote hoarders, and they have like a storage locker and all sorts, and they just said CD towers. There's 2 of them that I got for £5 for both, and obviously what's the same size as CDs? PS1 games, Dreamcast, Game Boy Advance potentially. So I can utilise 2 of those. My PS1 games should fit on all of them, and then have space left over for a couple of other bits and pieces. I'm not going to leave this on here though, because then what I did was I said to them, do you have any gaming things? And they said, yeah, we do. The only thing we have to hand right now is this. And I haven't just grown into a giant, I'm actually kneeling on the floor. But basically I have around about 30 of these. I'm not going to get them all out like I did last time because I cannot be arsed. But yeah, just all like demo discs and stuff like that, you know, what you used to get with PlayStation magazines and everything else. I used to actually collect stuff like that, and I had a small moderate collection, but because it was free I was like, why not? And I'll sift through them and see what's there. Now, what else do we have? We have a couple of non-gaming related things that I've got as well, but again, it's like 90s nostalgia and things like that, and things that I'm interested in. Now, you might remember from a few videos ago that I got some Goosebumps books, and these are different ones. Some of them are duplicates, but like, for example, this one that I got before, the spine was incredibly faded, and I was really gutted. The front, like this squidgy bit here, was also cut out, and I think that maybe years ago that happened because somebody wanted to get like the putty stuff out. I mean, obviously it's dried up now. It's from like, you know, sort of 20, 25 years ago. But I was happy to get this again. Now, in actual fact, all of this was listed for £10 and I got it for £8. And because there's doubles, I can sell them off. And all of these are in great condition. There's not been any pen marks in them or anything like that. The person took really good care of them. So I was more than happy to get them. I won't go through them. The only notable ones that I was really happy about were... So I was really happy to get these ones. So Don't Go to Sleep, The Blob That Ate Everyone, Curse of the Mummies 2, and Welcome to Dead House, because they are ones that I had. I had some of these as well, but these were some of my particular favourites that I read a couple of times. And obviously this is number one. Like, you've always got to have the number one. But I just love the art and everything. And these will go on a shelf in my room and everything. So I'm really happy about those. I'll put those to the side. Don't know if you can even see them from there, to be fair. Went to a car boot at the weekend. Today is Tuesday. I am undecided whether to release this video today or not, just because I don't know if I can be bothered to wait till Friday. When I say can't be bothered, I mean like I'm excited to get it out. I got this. It's a packaged Adventure Time keyring magnet whatever set, and that will be being sent to a friend. That was 20p. And we have Red Faction Armageddon on the PS3. Now this, to be fair, despite the cover, the disc is quite immaculate. I don't know if you can really see that, to be fair, but it's got the manual and everything. It's a game I didn't have. It's not whatever. Saints Row the Third. I've actually played this before and it was okay, but it was 50p, and it was the only game. I mean, it's the first game I came across, and I thought, why not? And again, manual, all that sort of stuff. So 50p, £1.50 so far, and I got a really good book because I'm into all art and everything else. This is an old Alice in Wonderland book, and it's from 1972. And basically, it's pop-up. So I quite like that. I like unusual type books, but also I look for the art as well, because a lot of these older ones, I mean, a lot of the new, the newer ones are obviously as well, but a lot of the older ones are hand drawn. Like, you can tell that they're hand drawn and not drawn on a computer like that. You can tell. I don't know if this interests anybody at all. I apologise if it doesn't, but yeah, I thought it was quite cool, and that cost me 50p. She asked for £1. I said, would you take 50p? She's like, yeah. It's not in amazing condition, it's not really worth anything, but it interests me. Let's do some gaming stuff. So this is something from a while ago, in actual fact. I think it was from the video where I got the Wendy Witch game on the Game Boy Color, and I rebought Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, but I put it back in my collection. The reason why is because I take photos of my collection when they're in storage, so that I know what I've got. I don't have to keep a list. I can just literally reference the photo, and it also shows me the condition as well. I actually bought that. I had it when I was a kid, and then swapped it with somebody for something, can't remember what. And then I rebought it when I was about 15 or 16 for £5 from Leicester Market. And the battery had died. I didn't realise the battery was a thing, like in terms of the save state, until literally recently when I was playing it, and I thought, why isn't my game saved? And then I realised, oh, it's because it's got batteries, you know, like Pokemon and everything. So I rebought it because my mum moaned, as I mentioned in the previous video, that she's She was moaning about her SP. I borrowed it. She thought I'd kept it and I hadn't. She found it. And because she's starting to game collect again, I gave her Donkey Kong back, as she also asked for that, and I rebought it. So this cost me £7, I believe, and it was from a group that I'm in. So I was happy to get that back again, and to be fair, it's really good condition. It's not faded or anything like that. So I was happy to put that back straight in my collection. Not have to worry about getting it. I'll do the last non-gaming related thing that I've got. It's an artist that it was literally on the shelf like this, displayed, and I thought, oh, what's that? Now I am very much a person to judge a book by its cover, especially in charity shops, because if it grabs my attention straight away, I'll have a look. I found a lot of good books like that. Now it's somebody called Frank Franzetta, and he's quite a famous artist apparently, because I messaged a friend and she was very excited about it. And I think he's involved with like the Ralph Bakshi type films. I don't know if you've heard of those, but essentially he does like fantasy art. I'm not going to go through all of them or anything like that, just a couple of pages. But yeah, I mean, obviously being an artist myself, I appreciate, you know, art. And they were £1.99. There was 2 of the books, and I got both of them. They're £1.99 each, and they're from like 1975. So happy to get those. What else? Right, so we've got Yoshi's Island. This came in this protective cover. I was quite happy. I didn't realise when I bought it off the guy off a page that I'm on. He was selling it, basically saying, give me an offer. Now he was selling some other really good stuff, and this was the only thing he didn't have a price on, and just said, make me an offer. So I offered him £22 all in, and he accepted. He tried to get me up a bit more. I was like, the price seems to fluctuate, and I do have the cart already, so I couldn't really justify it. But also my cart has pen on it, so I'm going to actually send that to a friend. So this isn't in perfect condition. I think really the only thing that slightly lets it down is very slight wear on the edges, but it's pretty much like an 8 to 9 out of 10, and it has the manual and everything. And I apologise because I could not be bothered to get everything out. You just have to take my word for it. But yeah, this was £22 all in. And yeah, when it came, it was in this hard protective cover. So I was happy to get another Game Boy Advance boxed game. I have a handful of them, but this is probably the best condition one that I've got. What else do we have? So I told the story before, but basically somebody listed some games, 2 Resident Evil games for the 3DS, and it was for £5 for both. And I said, have you got these available? And it was only about an hour after she listed them. She said, no, sorry, somebody's coming to get them. I was like, And I kept on seeing them pop up on Marketplace. I was like, when did they come in though? Because, and I've had it before where people say, if you can come before, then you can have it. I was like, if I come tonight, can I have them? And she said, well, they're meant to be coming, I'll let you know. I was like, okay. Then I noticed she had another game on a separate listing for sale, and the game was £3, and I was like, I really like that, but it was like a 25-minute drive away, and I was like, if I have this game and those games, I will give you £10 for everything. And she still said no. Like, okay. So then I said, well, it's just, sorry, it's just because I don't really want to just drive for that, if you know what I mean. I asked if she had anything else, and she said, yeah, I do. I've got this game, and I said, okay, how much is it? And she said, it was meant to be 10, but I've now knocked it down to 5. So in total, that would have been £8. And that game was, in fact, no. So then I said, okay, so would you accept 7 for both? And she said yes. Now the original game that she had for £3 was Street Fighter, the 3D version, and it's complete. And the other game that she knocked down from 10 to 5, which she then accepted both for 7, was Pokemon Moon. And unfortunately, I do actually already have Pokemon Moon, so this will either be sold or swapped. Now, it's not really worth a lot. If it was Ultra Moon, then I'd keep it, but it's not. So it would probably be a swap, to be fair. But yeah, so that was £8. And then the last best thing that I bought was actually the oldest thing out of all of these things, in terms of when I got it. I got it about a week ago. So I'll put that there. So what I got was a guy messaged me randomly at about midnight and said, "Hi, I've got a Wii and this other thing. Are you interested?" And it's because he saw me on a page that's like items wanted, and I said, "Yeah, like send me pictures," sort of thing. And he sent me some pictures, and he says, "Oh, it's just this, this, and this." And it was a boxed GameCube, and it's not like amazing condition. The box isn't. It's a little bit tatty in certain areas, but he's overall kept it in really good condition. But essentially, with original controller, Venom memory card, another original controller, but this one is in a bag, component leads in a bag, a brick not in a bag, and the GameCube in a bag. I have a black version already, and this is purple. There's no surprise game, unfortunately, but he did have Sonic Mega Collection, which I do not have. And randomly, when I got there, he said, "Oh, by the way, there's WrestleMania 8. I was like, okay. And there's manual and everything, and the disc is pretty much perfect. And he said, "Make me an offer." I was like, okay. Now, I'd actually already offered somebody else something. She said, "Make me an offer." I have no idea about these things, and it was a boxed Mega Drive 2. And I said, okay, so the box was battered, it was crushed, it was tatty and everything, and there were 6 games. There was Mega Games 1, 2, Sonic Collection with 1, 2, and Mean Bean Machine, Mercs, and there was 2 sports games. Now I know that some sports games are worse stuff, but I didn't even look at them. Now the only game I don't have out of those was Mercs, and I thought, can I be bothered to purchase this and keep Mercs and sell off the rest? And I thought, potentially I'll see how much she wants for it. So I said, you know, how much? She was like, "I don't know, make me an offer." It's like, okay. I offered her £20, and I've offered less for more, and people have accepted. And she said, "No, sorry, I was looking more for 50. Like, why didn't you just say that then? But I was like, well, and I explained my reasons, like the box is a bit crushed, it's tatty, I've got these games aren't worth anything, blah blah blah, it's not your problem, but the highest I would go is 30. And she said, okay, I'll keep it. I was like, that's fine then. I did actually message her back a little bit later on and said, would you sell Mercs on its own? She read it and didn't reply. I was like, I'm not going to pursue it, because it was about a 10-15 minute drive, and I couldn't really be bothered for a game that I wasn't that bothered about, that potentially she'd probably ask for like £10 for anyway. She'd go on eBay and just see a price straight away, and I just thought, I can't be bothered to argue with that. But I offered him £30, and he said, yeah, that's fine. So I got all of this from the guy for £30, and yeah, I was happy with that for a boxed GameCube. So I've got a spare now, but I've also got 2 controllers, which obviously are fetching a high price, not a high price, but like a decent price now. I forgot about this other game. It was from CEX. It's £22, but I had a voucher for £12, so I basically paid the difference. It is Capcom vs SNK 2 EO Millionaire Fighting 2001, and it looks really good. I do want to get into getting those types of games, but they are expensive. So yeah, it has the manual, etc, etc. It is not in grade A 100% fantastic condition, but it could be a lot worse. And for something like £12 or whatever I paid for it, £10, something like that, you know, I was happy with it. It's another GameCube game, and it's a game I did not have. So I'm quite selective with my games that I buy. I don't just buy despite Saints Row. I don't just buy for the sake of it. I do try and buy games that I actually want to play at some point, whether it's today, a few months in the future, whether I sell off a collection of mine of some sort and I think, okay, I've only got this collection left. It's something I want to play. I want to play Street Fighter 3D, which is the reason why I got it. But at the same time, obviously, it's the game hunter in me that wants to buy stuff. And I don't just buy games. If I go into a charity shop, I am looking for games, but I also take a look in the books. I also take a look elsewhere. I'm looking for gaming stuff as well in those books, but I'm looking for stuff like this. I don't look to buy to sell necessarily. It's just if I happen upon it. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys. I am getting there, and as you can see, despite last couple of weeks, I thought I'd literally get nothing, and I've got some quite decent pickups. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I am still going to be putting videos out, and I do still really appreciate the support. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.